Hey guys, it's Denise, and I wanted to show you what I built today. It didn't take very long to build, but I wanted to show it to you guys because I haven't seen anyone build a greenhouse without using mods, and I was trying to think of buildings to build up against here so I wouldn't have to use big concrete blocks like I was saying in my last video. I want to think of different kinds of buildings I can put to kind of use as a barrier for the wall at the back. So I made this, and I'm filming this at about 7 p.m. at night game time, so you can see how it's lit up and everything. So we'll just do a little tour of this, and then I'll show you how I did the greenhouse plants. And there's the ending of the last video. There's the outhouse. So it's in a pretty good spot for the workers in there. If they need to use the bathroom, then they can. And I just put these plants in here to make this look like a little planter, like it was growing out of there instead of a fish rack. And I named it the Dalton Greenhouse. I did the same thing up here, and I like how it's right up against this rock, which gives it a more like outdoorsy, natural feel to it. I glitched a light in there, another light there. And this is just a little deck area. If they need to take a break and have a drink, then they can. And I, of course, used the door that you can see through, because that made sense. And of course I did it in concrete because it's the only kind that has these screens, which gives it, you know, a greenhouse feel. And here's all their fertilizer. And these bags, amazingly, pretty much stay put, and even if they do knock around a little bit, it's okay because, you know, bags get knocked over in real life, so it wouldn't look too out of place if a few of them got knocked over. The shovel was an experiment. I fast traveled away several times and came back, and the shovel is still there, so it looks like it's being user friendly right now, I guess. So, and we've got some plants there. I like how the leaves have come in here to make it look more greenhouse like. I stuck in some water pumps too, because, you know, they'll be needing to water the plants and whatnot. I just stuck some buckets underneath there in case whatever they pick off the plants they can put in the buckets.
I could use time alone.
And you'll have to forgive all my rugs there because I wanted to do a half one, not a whole one like this, and so I glitched it in halfway, and then all the corn wouldn't fit on there the way I wanted it, so I had to rug glitch those on there. I'll have to get rid of those later, but for the moment I just had to leave them on there because I wanted to show this to you guys. And these little fluorescent lights can, you know, be like, you know, heat lamps or whatever, maybe for the plants. They've got an open floor. This is the actual floor, not the roof. The floor piece that's totally mesh. And there's no problem with them gardening. In fact, it's kind of funny to watch them garden because they'll actually climb up on the table and garden these things. Each one holds quite a bit of at least 4 moot fruit, and then you could stick some carrots in there too. Over here I did potato plants. See, there's one person up there standing. And then of course I did the cycling lights all in green because it's a greenhouse. So yeah, there's a tour of it, and I hope you guys like it, and I hope it gives you some inspiration and some ideas on what you can do. Now you're probably wondering, maybe how I was able to put that on top of there. And I'm fixing to show you that here just real quick. Some of you may have already figured out, but some people, for the people that don't know, I'll just go on ahead and show you real quick. So just pretend like this is, you know, your floor or whatever. Here's the new fish rack tables, and they're going to be in furniture under miscellaneous tab. And I couldn't get these stairs to scoot up a little bit more, but if you can get them to scoot up a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to have 4 squares as opposed to 6, because you can line it up a little bit better. In fact, I may go ahead and just do that. And then so get your plot, your garden plot, and just try to, you know, put it up there as best as you can to line it up with the tables down below. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight, at least not to me. I mean, I know there's some builders that have to have everything perfectly straight, and that's fine. You'll just have to perfect it and mess around with it a little bit more. But as you can see, like on, I believe on some of mine are kind of crooked. I'm sure they are, but I thought that gave it a little bit more realistic look, like maybe those garden plots were like really heavy and they all had to, like, you know, heave ho together to lift them up and put them on the table. I think that's the one that's kind of crooked. The other two are pretty straight, but anyways, you get the idea. So once you get it on here kind of, you know, lined up as best as you can, and I did most of mine with 6 tables. And so once you get it kind of lined up the best that you can, well, you kind of have to go up top sometimes to kind of move it. And once you do that, just try to line it up, like I said, the best that you can. And it's okay if some of the side part is showing through as well. Like I said, it doesn't have to perfectly cover it. And you're just going to want to remove the stairs, remove the floors, and this is just going to drop down. And that's not too bad. You know, you can rotate it and turn it the other way if you want to, or, you know, whatever you guys want to do to, you know, get it the way that you want it to look in your settlement. But like I said, I have not seen a greenhouse made unless it was someone that had mods. And so now this drop down method I originally saw on Lois Clayton's channel. If you're a fan of her like I am, you probably saw her video where she was talking about putting one of the little mushroom lamps on a table, and you can also do that with plants. Just do the same way I just did. They'll put the little ladder up and a couple of boards, sit whatever you want to go on what's beneath it on top of the boards, and then once you get everything arranged the way you want, just take away the small shack floors, and whatever's on there should just drop straight down. So that's originally where you know, this idea came from, and I believe someone had told her about it and she decided to start using it in some of her builds. So I don't know who the original founder of that drop down method is. If I knew, I would definitely refer you to their videos. And so anyways, that's how I figured out how to do these little garden plots that are kind of like how they have at Grey Garden, and I think at Green Top as well, and I think there might be one at Spectacle Island. But those were like in little white potted things. But I think this is just as good. It works well. Your settlers can still farm just fine, and I think it looks cute. And anyways, I hope this gives you guys some ideas on maybe a different kind of building to add to your settlement. So anyways, I just wanted to show this to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying Far Harbor, and I hope you guys are well and all that jazz. So y'all take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!